Alright. Hello there, my friends. How are you all doing? I hope the mic setup is okay. If the audio has any problems, let me know. As you can see, I switched my mic again. Because, yeah. I sent my old mic back again because we had some issues. They offered to replace it, so they'll be sending a replacement soon, and that'll be that. It's gonna be finally done, I think. What mic you got there? This is a SM57 from Shure. Love the Space Cadet mat. I know, right? I have a little burn that I got here from, I think it was from soldering or something, but it was a while back, so I've had it for years now. Now that I think about it, this mat, had it for a while. SM57 not good enough for you? Well, so I actually prefer using the condenser mic for like typing tests and stuff because if I'm using the SM57, I need more gain, but I currently don't have like a cloud lifter or like a pre-gain amplifier essentially. So yeah, so basically right now I would need more equipment to record with the SM57 in a way that I want to, but I can't. So for streams this is okay though. For streams this is perfectly fine. For like other stuff that I want to do, it's not. So that's why. But anyway, so let's see. Choices. Yes, choices. So, welcome everybody. One Drug Man, thank you so much for the 7 months. 7 months, thank you so much. Democracy indeed. Premium content, Jeff Leopard says, and yet he has some premium content on his profile on Instagram. I saw that story. You're looking dashing. Jampa, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you. Graceless, thank you so much for the follow. Vader Fox, thank you. Build mine? I can't. I need to get to your switches and stuff. So, no, not yet. That'll be a little while, because need to work on that. I actually have a rather large backlog, which is why I actually decided to kind of open it up for votes today because I do have some choices. And basically, it's kind of like, it doesn't matter what order they go out. I think I'm dealing with patient people as well as myself here, so it's not too bad. 6 months, let's go. Congrats on the new badge. Thor, thank you so much. All right, so let's give you the options for today. So the options for today, my friends, you can get a decent preamp mixer interface for not too much. Yeah, that is true. I could get something pretty decent for like sub $100 basically. And I know that that's all it takes, but because I already have a mic, I don't want to buy more equipment and keep accumulating more and more for every setup. If you know what I mean. So this is the first new Cosmo. Turned out nice. These are not new Cosmos. See, this is the old Cosmo. I don't have any new Cosmos on this board. Anyway, Max, how are you doing? I thought that was Amethyst. No, this is like a different older one. Okay, so a few options. So the first option we have is a Wilbatech thermal. A thermal by Wilbatech. This would be a personal build. So this is the option you get. I believe the plates we have available is just full aluminum plate, and I'll probably be putting 65 gram MX Blacks in it. That's one option. So I'll actually put the votes. I'll list the entire like roster up after I present them. I'll present them first, and then I'll make a command. Okay, I'll put it into a command. I'll set the command, and then I'll put it up for a vote. Okay. So just listen. Right now, all you have to do is sit down and listen. That's the first option. Second option we have another MX Black build, but the second build we have available would be a Porpoise by bisoromi. Basically, it's a Dolphin inspired 60% keyboard, happened privately. It's never going to be made publicly, ever, just so you know. It's not my board, it's actually bisoromi's board. I'm pretty much just holding it hostage for a bit. I'm just borrowing it for a bit. So we could build this too. Pretty unique, yes. So it's unique because there's only like 3 of them out there or something like that. So, excuse me. So pretty unique. And the last board we have is going to be, we have some, I believe these are U4 Thox. We have some GMK Cafe to boot. And for the board, we have a CA66, which is rather unique. I've actually not previously built a CA66. So we have a CA66 to build as well. So those are the 3 options we have today. So this is kind of old school. This is kind of a bit of a throwback, and it's a pretty interesting board, in my opinion. So you can choose whatever you want, really. But again, I'll put all of the options up in just a minute. Give me like 2 minutes. Okay, maybe like 4, but yeah. Alright, so let me write down all the options onto not the chat, but let me put it let me put a command and then a poll for you all. So let's see. We can do I'll just write it down here. I actually don't remember what kind of plate I had in that one, but I think it's aluminum. Okay. I believe exclamation build now has the options on the command updated now. I'll put a poll up now. I'll actually put the poll up for a bit of a longer time, so maybe like 4 minutes if I'm not sure if that's possible, but well, let me see. So we'll do a poll for it's possible to do 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes should be a good amount for time for a poll. So let's do a 3-minute poll for let's see, what build do we do today? 1 was thermal. 2 was porpoise. And then 3 was, no, actually, I think I wrote 2, I wrote CA66, and then 3 was porpoise. Sorry if that's confusing. But yeah, so I'll just put maybe the size. I'll put 60%, 65%, and 60%. And yeah, all right. Should I make you waste your channel points? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's say you could vote extra if you put in 1,000 channel points each time. So obviously they're kind of expensive. You can do it though. No, that's too cheap, isn't it? Actually, no. I'm not gonna allow corruption here. Let's just do a regular vote. We'll do a regular vote. All right, regular vote is up in chat, so please vote. We have 3 minutes to vote. So just so you guys know, regardless of what we do today, I am going to eventually build these keyboards. So even if you don't see it today, you will see it later. Just so you know, okay? So it doesn't mean that you'll never see it built. It'll happen. It just is a question of when, now or a different day. Basically, if you're here, obviously you want to vote for what you want to see today. But let's say you're here just to stop by and you don't have a chance to watch the rest of the stream tonight, then you should vote for something else, maybe. Any chance as a Burgundy CA66? I believe not, considering the key set. I think that's gonna be I think it's E-white, if I recall. Biso lives in New York too? No, he does not actually. Sancho Panza, thank you so much for the 5 months. Thank you. Let me go back in chat and just check out what's here. Are those BTS G buds? That's correct. So today this is my mail day for today. I got some Samsung Galaxy buds Plus. They're the BTS edition. They went on sale like a week or so back, and I'm actually using them right now. Yeah, they're the 2-for-1 sale that went out. So I just split it up with someone I know. So yeah. So I'm actually using those right now because it's I figured I would need something wireless for streams too, because it's kind of useful. And also for because I actually lost my AirPods, so I had to replace them with something. Okay, it looks like the votes are coming in. It looks like Porpoise is gonna win, which is actually something that I expected. I actually thought that people were gonna pick the Porpoise. So that's not too surprising for me. Let's see. Bunch of things I don't really need. Tend to go overboard. My PC is far more powerful than I need it to be. Yeah. Let's see. Does the thermal have a solderable PCB? Might be hot swap actually. I actually don't. I think it's hot swap just because that's what I thought they had available. Either way, it would have worked out fine. You know what I mean? Like it would have worked out about the same amount of time. Let's see. Looks like the Porpoise won. Okay, so we'll do that. Alrighty. Let's see. Do you have any OG custom TKLs to be built? OG custom TKLs? I can only rebuild an OG custom TKL. I don't have anything to build for, like, to be built right now. Nice KBT 8X, thank you. What PCB does the Porpoise use? I think we have an ANSI PCB. I got sponsored by Raycon. I'm really liking these Galaxy Buds, by the way. I actually really liked how they sound. They have a pretty neutral sound signature, and actually, like, you can equalize them too. Like it has an app, and you can use an equalizer on it too. And I think you can like actually tweak it even further if you really want it. But they already sound pretty good, like as it is. So yeah, I really like these Galaxy Buds though. They sound great. Thoughts on the HKU TKL? Not too keen on it personally. I think HHKB layout could look fine on just on 60. I've seen I have a Blackbird HHKB layout actually, which is kind of interesting. But I honestly HKB belongs on 60%. Like that's really where it is. So anyway, cool. So let's get started, shall we? nice when you get a good EQ app with a good pair of earbuds. Yeah. It's honestly really nice to see that. So we have a Kanki's anti-PCB. We have some Durock stabilizers. So I actually have a brass plate and a steel plate, but I'm kind of feeling like going for the steel plate today. But it's available. And then we have a steel plate on it as well. So this is the board. I don't think I have anything else here. And since we're here, I'm actually gonna Alright, so I haven't seen steel plates in a while. Yeah, I know, right? I actually have a number of steel plates in my drawers and stuff from before, like for 60% and for I think I might have a steel plate for like a TKL too. It's been a while though. So yeah, so this is the Porpoise. Obviously this plate has been used and it has some scuffs, like obviously it has like some marks from taking out switches from before. And like it's a used board. So it's actually like the anode is pretty good. It's a light pink anodizing. Has a USB-C port that's actually matched to I think this PCB. So the anti-PCB is what was I think might be used as a reference, but I'm not sure. I mean probably that's what it came with. So, and then for those who don't know, it has a small back. I mean actually it's not that small, but it's a back weight which has like this insert with this Dolphin like Dolphin backside. Basically just sits flush against the surface of the back of the bottom piece. And the mounting is actually quite similar to the it's basically top mount. It's a top mount. You can see the tabs right there, right? You can see the tabs for the top mount. And then but the way like it shows the aesthetic, it's going to be similar to the Dolphin where the top piece kind of slots into the bottom piece. So it's unlike the Dolphin in the sense that it's not sandwich mounted, but it is top mount. And the sides are going to be similar to a Dolphin in that regard. Is that a scuff or is that a? Actually, not sure. Oh yeah, okay, it's like slight burr. But yeah, have those aggressive curves. Not exactly the same as a Dolphin. You can probably tell if you have seen a Dolphin, but rather aggressive curves nonetheless. Scuffed plates equals loved plate. I agree, totally. Only like brass for tactile since it adds to tactility in an indirect way. Oh, that's an interesting point, yeah. Steel with linears used to be the meta, though. For a while. Looks like... Oh, looks like I have some Torx screws here, so I'm gonna have to get my screwdriver set. Little Bonaparte. Oh, I should update the title too and the build command. So we'll do that. I'm building a Porpoise by bisoromi. And then I'm gonna be building it with MX Blacks probably. So it'll be built with Cherry MX Black switches, Lube with Tribosys 3204, 68-gram springs, and TX films, mounted onto a full steel plate, stainless steel plate. Alright, updated that, and let's update the stream title to Porpoise 60% build stream. Let's done that. So who's JD? JD is that guy over there. My tiger friend. Pacific and docile tiger buddy. That's who you're. Oh. I didn't even notice. Well, hey, welcome. welcome. Yeah, hold up. I didn't even notice you did that. Apologies. Alright, JD, come here. JD checks the vibe. Yeah. JD's a big boy. Ooh. Okay. All right. This is the content I pay for. Thank you. All right, let's see. Hey, let's go. All right, so that's my CA66. Yeah. So control. So I actually was about to hit you up on Discord, but I kind of figured this was gonna happen. you have some good people. People were pretty optimistic about it, though, I have to say. But this one's kind of a unique board, so I think it'll have to go first. And then once it's done, you know, just measure the size of this. I think I need this one. All right, perfect. All right, we found the right bit size. Put it down. Oops. It's a bit tight. .32.4, I hardly use my 205 anymore. 32.4 just seems to preserve the switch's properties compared to 205. Yeah, I do agree with that, actually. The reason I don't like 205 as much is because it just does feel a bit too like buttery feeling, which is okay sometimes. But I think I prefer 32.4 in general. I've been starting to use more 205 just because I don't have as many switches with 205, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out in maybe like a handful of builds and see how that goes. And then yeah, I've kind of developed a taste and decided that I prefer 32.4. Yeah, as you say, it does preserve the switches sort of like original properties a bit more, and it doesn't feel as like heavy-handed and like buttery. Kind of feels like I'm actually gliding on plastic, just with less friction than stock. So really like GS1 and GS2 from Kinetic Labs. I've heard very good things about those. I haven't tried them actually though. The GS1, GS2. I think they're the carbon GS1, GS2 ones. I think they're the ones that Sus Boards Chongosaurus has been using. I've been meaning to try them at some point, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Haven't purchased any rather. All right, so we've removed the top piece. So this is what it looks like. So as you can see, the top piece, the USB port is actually part of the top piece there, and we have 6 mounting points that are pretty much symmetrically aligned, and the plate. One thing to note is this part is quite thin, so like denting something here would be pretty bad. But this is interesting. I mean, it's kind of like a partial top case in a way. And then in the bottom we have our bisoromi weight, brass weight, and then you can see that there's tabs and everything, the alignment pins, and the rest are just screw holes and the slot for the USB. The rest is just really places for the top case to mount. I mean, to be placed. So okay, looks like these are hex screws. Oh, wait, it's not the right size. OAs with 3204 and Milky Gat top housings have been my favorite linear lately. Didn't like the OAs at first, but they seem to have a little breaking period. Huh. Interesting. Son of Liability, hello. I really like 3203. Oh, 3203 is pretty nice. I do like 3203 on an already pretty smooth switch, actually. I think 3203 on a not too smooth switch, like let's say like a GAT linear that's stock, is a bit too light. Kind of makes me feel like I'm not doing much to the switch. But in general, 3203 is a pretty nice. I actually do like 3203 quite a bit too. I have it on a number of keyboards as well. But yeah, I do prefer to have it on a switch that's already kind of smooth, relatively smooth stock. Which I think nowadays there's almost no issue finding those, because so many switches now are like pretty smooth stock. So yeah. Okay. Okay. So we got our plate out of there. Damn, went to grab some food? Oh, good. Thought it was going to be a C66? Damn. Yeah, we're building the Porpoise today. And I think I'm going to switch the song after this to the jazz playlist, because I'm kind of getting sick of it now. Alright, so today let's see, I have enough stabs for full backspace. So let's do full backspace and split right shift. Are you joining White and Black Shine Through add-on? Oh, for sure. I definitely am. I almost always join group buys at the end of the group buy period. So yeah. What kind of mounting is it? The Porpoise is a top mount. It's a top mount keyboard. It looks like sandwich, but it's not. It's a top mount. Yeah, it's a top mount keyboard. Better question is how many cents he's getting. Damn. Someone knows me well. And that is maybe a better question. I'll probably get one, but I'm thinking of maybe two, because I do have like a good number of white and black stuff. So maybe two, because might as well. It's not as expensive. It's true that it's like what, $40 I think? $40. So yeah. Anyway, so let me go back. How well does it cover up the scratchiness? 3203. Well, 3203 covers scratchiness decently well, but definitely not as well as 3204. Like it's a significant. I think there's a significant difference between 3204 and 3203. And then for RO59, you have to do at least 3 coats. There's, like, I would say, if you're not doing 3 coats with RO59 and letting them cure each time, it doesn't make as huge of a difference. I think you start seeing the difference maybe at 2 coats, but it just depends on the way it cures. But yeah, let me go back and check. Thinking about buying a series with palm plate and gap black inks, will that give a thock sound? I think kind of thocky, yeah. Because, well, not, I mean, I still don't like the idea of thock and MX switches because I don't think the word corresponds well to MX, but I would say that it will definitely sound deeper than not, because gap black inks tend to have a bit of a deeper signature, like a pitch to them, and then palm seems to also do that too. So I think the combination could work pretty well. Is this on Skrillex playlist? No, it's not. It's all part of Epidemic Sound. Oh, I see. John got a sub from Little Bonaparte. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to John. And I'll indeed hydrate. So let me just catch up. What is bisoromi? Bisoromi is a designer in the keyboard community, and the keyboard enthusiasts. Yo, Toki, what's up, dude? You know you're getting 2 at minimum. $34.99. Oh, okay. That's actually not bad. That tiger scared me. Tiger's a good boy, though. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. JD was out in the streets causing a police standoff. Oh my god, that was so funny. When you posted that on the Discord, I was laughing so hard. Let's see. I was thinking long and hard when it comes to group buys. I can't seem to get myself to buy it day one. I can't do it day one either. Well, there's some things I want to buy day one, but I just don't want to put the money down early. It makes no sense. I'm putting down money a month in advance, and then it's gonna make no difference whether I order day 1 or day 30. So for me, I don't want to put the money down on day 1, especially because like I just don't know if I'm gonna need the money for something more important, not keyboard related. So I just try to not do that. Actually, I have some 205 grade 0 that I found and that I got from a friend. So I'm gonna use the remaining of this. So let's do that. So using the big tub, let's just finish this up. Not that there's too much of it. Let's see. Trying to build a deeper sounding keyboard, like deeper the better, for sure. Ink blacks sound great though, however you want to label the sound. Yeah. I do think ink blacks tend to sound really good. I mean, personally, it's one of my favorite switches out there. That are like not like Cherry or like JWK. So yeah, cat inks. A lot of people like love cat inks. So yeah, it's not a bad choice. IMO. Anyway, Tuesday was the only set I bought on day 1. I didn't buy that day 1 either. I bought that last day as well. Tuesday. I wanted to buy day 1, but I actually had some money tied up that I didn't want to. I wasn't too enticed to spend too much day 1. Yeah. Let's see. Chubby's experimented with using a Shin-Etsu grease for joysticks. Maybe you should try it. It's called a Shin-Etsu G501. Wait. He used the Shin-Etsu grease for joysticks on what? On what? What did he use it on? What did he apply it on? He didn't say that, so I'm not sure. Norse is so fire. I'm still tilted about Norse. TBH. I'm not happy about Norse. I don't know. I don't understand why he changed the modifiers to a centered icon when it wasn't since July. That decision made me so mad. I was like, really? Like, after all this time, you decide to change something that that actually changes the look? Yeah. Well, to me, but I don't like it, so I'm not buying it. Like, changing things last day is just like, why? Like, bigger things, changing them on the last day before the group buy. It's like, why? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. The good thing about GMK Norse is that it'll add the runes to the standard library, hopefully, to GMK, and other people will run different kinds of sets that might be themed like that, and then I'll get something Nordic. like as such. So I'm not in a rush to get something like that. Bisoromi, Bisabromi, Bisarumi, better designers. Oh, the Birorumi. Remember to follow Diego's law. Thok, just all together. Thok, if applied a non-toper, keeps, mod pipe, mod tilde, 1.75 you backspace. Diego's law of banned words. You know me pretty well now, Chillgam. They're not banned words, but it's just words that I personally don't really like anyway. Or like things that I don't like as much in the keyword hobby, I guess. Let's see, Diego, do you see the latest round of GMK Red Alert go live? So many Cyrillic sets, but I don't know which one to get. For Red Alert, I like the regular Latin legends more than the Cyrillic personally. So there's that. The cherry novelties are fantastic. They're so good. I love the cherry novelties. Argadon Brown switches tactile or linear tactile. Skip Tuesday, regret it now. I think you will be able to get a set later on. It's sold quite a few. Crytex 205 good for tactiles. I would say be careful with 205 on tactiles. 205 on tactiles do not apply it onto the front part of the leaf, or I mean the front legs or the leaf of the switch, because it's gonna kill the tactility pretty drastically. So I would personally just lube the side rails and no more of the stem. I actually would not even lube the bottom housing. I would not even bother lubing the bottom housing at all. So 205 is okay on tactiles, but just use less, much less, because it's pretty thick. Omni-type influence was too strong? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's... Remember when you literally joined last minute for Hallyu? Well, for Hallyu I joined last minute because I forgot about it. As in, like, I forgot that it was the last day. I realized it was the last day. I was like, oh, shit. Otherwise, I would have regretted it because I was planning on joining it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hallyu gonna be a nice set? Yeah, I think Hallyu is gonna be a pretty cool set for sure. I actually am pretty excited about that one, but it's gonna be a while until we get it, so yeah. Taking to only lubing the stem and spring? Yeah. I think stem and spring is enough if you're doing whatchamacallit, 205. And for spring, I just use oil instead of grease. You have suggestions for PC plate case combos? Building my first keyboard. So PCB case plate combos are pretty much going to be determined by the keyboard kit that you get. Depending on, well, I guess it depends on if you want to go for, like, if you're getting like a tray mount 60%, you have slightly more options as for plate and PCB. But let's say you went on like KVD fans and wanted to purchase a custom kit, they normally come together, so you won't have to make a specific decision. Maybe only just a plate you'll have to decide on what to get. But the PCB is going to be paired with a case, so you won't have to worry about that part. All you need to do really is to decide what case you're getting first, and then you should worry about the rest. I am a cool cat. You should decide what case you want first. GMK Pro, what do you think about it? I saw Alex's stream with with Glorious. I think Alex's joint stream with Glorious was a much more was a much better, closer look. Personally, I think it's a neat kit for beginners who are, or not for beginners, but rather for people who are at that particular budget point to purchase a like basic, it's essentially like a pre-built at a like a semi-custom at a affordable price. It seems to offer a lot of things that people want, so I mean, the more power to the people who want it. But personally, I'm not super interested myself. It's like both in terms of the layout and like I don't really use a knob, things like that. I personally would not have to purchase one or like need to. But for someone who's coming into hobby and looking for something just like that, like sure, fine. I think it offers all the things that it has to though. And you still do get the option of like if you wanted custom switches and custom PC, I mean, and custom stabs or something like that. Like you could use like Durock stabs or Zeal stabs or whatever. You could always replace those. It's hot swap, so you know, not too hard. And then well, it has RGB if you like that stuff. So all in all, GMK Pro, it seems like a decent deal for the money. Definitely gonna be a pretty competitive product in the market for now, until someone else basically brings up something new at that rate. So it's a matter of time though. The market's growing for sure. Someone's definitely gonna want to capitalize on that particular segment of the market, and I think a lot of people are kind of competing all at once. So yeah, we'll see that grow more. So even if you miss out on the GMK Pro, or like let's say you didn't purchase it now, I'm sure you'll see more options start popping up in the near future because it's a booming market pretty much. Yeah. Loving that Deep Space set. I love Deep Space. It's actually a set I waited for so long. Because it was teased for so long and then finally happened after such a long time. Alright, we'll use some XHT-BDZ for the wires today. Let's see. No knob command SMH. Monokai material or Oblivion? Personally, Oblivion. Defunct. Personally, I like Oblivion better. The theme of Oblivion I like better than the Monokai. Yeah. Diego, is a 67 MK2 a good mid-tier keyboard? I think the 67 MK2 offers good bang for the buck. People have said decent things about it. I think the NK65 is also pretty good though. So I think they're both kind of like kind of fighting it for the same spot there. IMO. So kind of maybe base it on your aesthetics and like what you think you want for a 65% at that price point. But I mean, it's not. I haven't heard like terrible things about the MK67, KB67 Mark II. So yeah, wouldn't say anything against it really. At least just from the very limited amount of information and experience I have about it. I actually haven't built one. Like I mean, as like I think I maybe touched one that someone sent, but like it was like a very minor repair, and so it was nothing. I didn't get to like play around with it for a long time or anything like that. Stats are lubed with 205, so I lubed the housings with 205, but I'm just lubing the wires with Krytox XHT-BDZ, which is a new type of lubricant that's very, very thick, and people have been applying it on wires. I'm just really been trying to use this more often to test out how it holds up over time too. I want to know how it does. I have to say that I might switch it back to 205 because after I run out of this one, because I might just not want to buy more yet, because I have so much 205 to use anyway that I kind of want to like not waste my money like buying more of stuff that like, you know, I use that and then I have to neglect the 205, and then yeah. So I mean, that's mainly because I think the 205 worked for me okay personally. Like I didn't really have that many issues with 205. People I know tend to cite ticking noises and all that, but for me, I have enough patience that I can always rebuild or I can always re-lube. So I'm not like, I can't say I'm as concerned as people are about stab lubing. But again, that's because I have, like for me, 2.5 works. Take the artisans you have there. Thank you. Let's see. Gotta go see you next time. Sounds good. I like 205 where plastic touches plastic and super loop type stuff on wire plastic contact areas. Seems to be what a lot of people preach nowadays, but 205 works by itself. Just don't go too crazy with it. Yeah. So just need to know where to put it, pretty much. I mean, all lube is like that though. It's like you just need to know how much to apply where. Personally, I suggest people to apply like whatever lube you're using for this, especially when you're applying it to the wires. Okay, make sure to apply it to the wire tip primarily and to the bending, like the L point. But I think the tip is the most important part. So wherever the tip is and like depending on the orientation you're going to insert the wire, I actually put a slight little bit more on the top side of that wire, meaning that like if I'm inserting this on the left side of the stab, basically, right, like on the left stab housing, then I want to put it on top such that like I want to put slightly more lube on the top part so that the ticking sound is normally going to happen there, like at the tip end of that, and so this way it fills up that space. But the rest actually doesn't matter, as long as it's even, it's fine. But yeah, I usually apply just a teeny bit more on the tip and on the upper side of the wire. So for example, this one, I did that. So there's slightly more lube right there at the tip, and then this is going to be on my left stabilizer, so I just put it into the left one here. I treat it as a left, and then I flip it over, and then I do the same with the right, but then now I'm going to apply slightly more lube at the tip of the wire on the top side of the wire in the right orientation, basically. But the whole idea is the lube is just there to fill space, and to when things do make contact, that they don't make that unpleasant ticking sound. So all you need to do is to add the appropriate amount so that the sound gets muted or dampened rather by degrees. And that's why for me, 205 or XHT, it doesn't matter. As long as you're applying the material in the right places, the right amounts is more than enough. Assuming that your wires are not bent or the hardware isn't like faulty in any way, it should work, and you should manage to maintain a form of consistency as you do more and more stabs. At least that's kind of like what I have been able to do with lube now. It's like I kind of reach a level of consistency where like I could replicate, or at least not replicate exactly, but come close to what I normally do on the keyboard. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the whole E mod? Is the whole E mod the FC mod thing? Or what's the whole E mod? The new, yeah. Why not using permatext for wire? Because I'm just trying this, because it's something new and I'm trying this out. That's why, really. Where do you live? I'm in New York City. But yeah. Got my first PBT set with a super wire 7U the other day. Sad times, but have to try fixing it. Fixing a wire? Oh no, wait. Oh, spacebar. I see. Oh, okay. You know what a good choice is, Dunkaroo? Just grab like a baking sheet, like a baking tray. Fill like, you know, just fill up the inner surface with some hot water, like boiling water, right? And then put the spacebar on there, so basically it's gonna heat up, and then put something heavy on top of it. So basically it's gonna be flat right on the inside, right? So you're just submerging it, semi-submerging it in water, just so it heats up, and then putting something heavy that on top to just hold it there, so it's gonna straighten out eventually. That should be enough. That's like something I've done before, and it's worked okay. And New types, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Hello from France. Oh, welcome, welcome. It's quite late for you to be watching from France. It's like the middle of the night in France right now. Very late. But I guess it is the weekend. So you've come to the keyboard soiree. The weekend DJ hours? Yep. Yeah. Hamaji Neo did a video talking about the modding balls putting band-aid strips inside of the stab housing. Yeah, sounds like just like the Epsilon mod. The Epsi mod is basically the same idea. It's basically putting the little remainder strips of desk keys films inside of the housing. Basically what that means is that it's going to do the same thing. Like, it's just gonna dampen the strike of the wire against the plastic housing on the inside. So yeah, that's what it does. It just adds a bit of thickness in there, so the wire sits snugly, and if it has to hit the housing as it translates, it's not gonna make that unpleasant ticking sound. So same idea though. But yeah, band-aids are probably a more like common like item to have in your like cabinet. So yeah. But the Desky mod one is also kind of cool because you're basically reusing material that you wouldn't otherwise use. It's kind of like environmentally efficient. Going to buy the GMK Pro because it's the only ISO hot swap TKL I found. Oh, I see. It's too rare, huh? I guess that makes sense. The problem with hot swap, right? I mean, the reason it's probably one of the very few with hot swap is because, first of all, the ISO market is actually not as... the demand is not as strong. And second, hot swap basically fixes the layout. So that means that they need to make dedicated number of ISO units to justify making ISO. Instead of like, it's not like a universal plate and a universal PCB, so that's why. So hot swap is actually the reason why it probably is not available. It's not widely available. Yeah. Alright, stabs are done. GMK Pro is a 75, not a TKL. Oh yes, GMK Pro is a 75. But yeah. But anyway, my comment earlier just applies to hot swap and ISO in general. Layouts. It fixes the layout. So AK68 is the only hot swap PCB that has multi-layout options. Yeah, so there's compromises for that. The way multi-layout options work on hot swap is that they have to flip the orientation of the hot swap sockets around in order to achieve that, to basically make it possible for the footprint. So that's the compromise they make. So if you don't like north-facing switches versus south-facing, that kind of stuff, then That's the compromise that you have to meet. Let's see. Try that mod today. You have to be very careful when cutting by entity size. Yeah, I see. I can see that. Unreliable limited layout options. Yeah. Do you mil-max any of your boards? I don't. I would rather just solder and desolder than mil-max any of my boards. Mil-max is actually a lot more work than you think, because you're basically soldering the number of switches times 2, number of sockets. Not just that, right? Not just that, but it's a very tedious process because they're very small, and you just have to like make sure everything's like, yeah, it's just very annoying and tedious, and so it's too much work. I would rather just invest that time into desoldering and soldering properly. And yeah, I wouldn't even bother with hot swap. Specifically mil-max sockets. I think mil-max sockets, like if the hot swap socket is not pre-installed from the factory, forget about it. I'm not even gonna do it. It's a waste of time. Iki68 is out of stock. Did it already finish the group buy? I think so. That's probably why. Oops. Oopsie. What do you think of the K? I really like the K. I think the K looks very nice, and it sounds pretty good, and it types really nicely personally. Some people might not feel that way, but I personally like it, so that's my opinion. How do you know which plate and switch combination you like the most without hot swap though? I just solder and desolder enough times to find out. Basically, instead of worrying about hot swap, I just solder and desolder, and I just spend the time to do it, and I don't care. I would rather do that than bother with hot swap at all. So in other words, I obviously at this point have tried a lot of combinations because I have built hundreds of keyboards for people, and I have built a lot of keyboards for myself as well, and I have spent time figuring out what I like and what I don't like. I've talked to people, and I've also went to meetups. I've gone to meetups, and I've also for when I first started in the hobby, I actually used stock switches for a long time, and I used a lot of different switches stock. Why? Because what I wanted to do was to build a frame of reference for what I was working with. So in other words, I wanted to know what a cherry mix green felt. I wanted to know what a cherry mix blue felt like. I wanted to know what a cherry mix brown felt like. A cherry mix clear, like Gadrons, whatever, right? And then once you lube them, you can tell the difference from stock, right? So you're like, oh, okay, so this is what changes dramatically, right? And then from there, I was like, okay, so I've tried a lot of these stock switches. Now I can just use lube switches. I don't even have to worry about stock because I kind of get the idea of what stock is like. So I don't need to worry about it because I'm going to be lubing all of them anyway. So yeah. Desoldering builds character? Yeah, for sure. I desoldered maybe like 10, 12 boards before I decided to buy a desoldering gun. And after I bought the desoldering gun, I was like, I wasted my life doing that desoldering. I should have just bought it at first. And if it's sunk money, like a sunk cost, then suck it up, you know? It's like it's whatever. Time is money, man. Like I don't need to be wasting money. Wait a second. Is this plate aluminum? I think this might be aluminum, actually. Is it? It feels very stiff, though. No, I think this is steel. Yeah, okay. Wait, no. It feels still a little light, though. Is it because I'm used to lifting, like, heavier plates or something? Hold up. I can always check with a... technically I should know the density, so you can just look up density of things. So if it's the same volume, so density of steel, okay, and then density of brass, and then density of aluminum. Okay, so if there's a significant weight difference, then this is aluminum. I was wrong. So I saw the brushing on this, and I thought it was steel, but I didn't notice that it was actually aluminum. So we can choose between aluminum and brass, which is good. So if you want stiff, we can go with brass. If you want softer, we can go with aluminum. So yeah. Oh, it's hot. Is that a new mic? Yeah, sort of. Just notice the frames. Sick frames. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Shouts out to Stock. Hey, CG. How you doing, man? How about these box creams? No, he just added. What, did these sound any different than normal creams? I think they would sound different because box switches were significantly different from regular switches when I tried them. I mean, like, I actually have bags of box switches still, which after the Boxgate thing, I pretty much stopped using them. So for all of those with limited time and still flipping around with switches, hot swap for the win. Oh, for sure. I mean, nothing wrong with hot swap. If you want hot swap, then get hot swap. Again, there's no issues with hot swap. I personally made the choice of not using hot swap because I like tinkering. I like messing around with stuff. I like spending the time working with my hands and doing the work. But yeah. Let's see. Desoldering even with an engineer SO2 is pain? It's not that bad. Desoldering solder pult for 5 years before I bought a gun? Yeah, that's the thing. I was desoldering a lot with like a solder pult and whatnot. We should not loop stabs then? I mean, you could try stock stabs for a while too. I mean, I certainly did when I used to have a full-size keyboard. Get a magnet. Yeah. Oh yeah, magnet would work too. I don't have a magnet right here, so, but yeah. Alu every time? Alu never lost? I bought a Sirius out of nowhere today? Oh, very nice. Congrats. A Sirius keyboard or a Sirius artisan? Okay, Alu never lost. Let's go with Alu. And I'll update the command again because I'm a dummy and I make mistakes. Full aluminum plates. Serious keyboard. I imagine that question coming up. Oh, I see. Cool. That's nice, dude. I heard the palm case is pretty nice on that one. It's like the only palm cases that we have, right? Actually, I don't even know of any other case that haven't made in palm. Have there? Have there been any other case that haven't made in palm? I actually don't know. Can't think of any. Where do you get your glasses from? I got mine from iBuyDirect. I got these from iBuyDirect. I have different ones. So these are my Warby Parkers, and these are my iBuyDirect glasses. So the frame for the ones you're talking about, those are the Warby Parkers because they have like home try, the try at home thing. So that's what it was. Okay. So, great. We have plate mount switches and plate mounts, full plate. So it's perfect. If there's ever a articulate version of Sirius, oh, that would be interesting too. Seeing the palm case in a bigger configuration would definitely be interesting to me. I'm gonna get some food. I'll be back. Sounds good, my friend. Have a good dinner. I hope dinner is delicious. You buy from iBuy too? I got still looking for a frame that are basically just huge circles? Huh. Huge circles. Palo Alto circles are big, but not big enough. But yeah, Zenny's is pretty good. What's the cost? Total cost of this keyboard? This keyboard technically has no cost for me because I didn't buy it, and also I don't know what this was cost actually, but I would say on average a 60% custom keyboard made out of aluminum and like top mount like this with like a brass weight and whatnot probably would cost you like $400 maybe, $350, $400 just for the kit, and that would just be plate, PCB, and case. So on top of that, you would have to spend another 50, let's say $50, like, you know, shipped for switches and like then lube, and then you would have to spend for keycaps and the cable if you don't have one. It's quite a bit of expenses. Stop throwing money at designer stuff. I never, yeah. Warby Parker is the most expensive I'll go. I pretty much won't go any more expensive than that for glasses. That's just kind of a policy I have for myself. It's just no need. It's just not practical anymore. Yeah, it's not practical to spend so much cash on anything like that. I mean, even clothes, I pretty much don't buy any designer stuff really. Occasionally I'll like splurge on like a nice coat, nice jacket, on a sweater or like a shirt or something like that, you know, like something small, but I would never go with a full wardrobe of like really expensive clothes. Just too much. And Luxottica Monopoly bad, yes. 100% agree with that. I know about that. It sucks. Anybody tried real glass lenses? Not sure if that's even the thing. Not sure either. I'm gonna go. It's 4:40. It was nice stream. Good luck. Thank you so much, bro. Have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by so late. Picking up any keycaps? You mean Like, am I picking up any keycaps? Like you mean group buys? I might do GMK Red Alert. That's probably the one key set I'm looking forward to getting. Other key sets, I'm not sure though. But yeah, GMK Red Alert might be the one. And then I'm still waiting for CRP to run in North America. So I'll probably be getting CRP when that runs in NA. But I think that's it. It's ironic now that people are finding out plastic sounds better. We have come full circle. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's pretty funny, right? Oh, I totally forgot to introduce something kind of cool at the beginning of stream. I'll actually show you guys in the towards the end of stream. But so I've been doing so over the past day I did it's basically passive work because it just happens on its own. But I've been retrobriting my OG double shot keycaps with sous vide and some hydrogen peroxide. So I've been doing that, playing around with that a bit, and it works pretty well. I'll show you the difference of what I got. Like I have like some control caps that I kept just on purpose so to compare, and yeah, it's a significant difference, and it's been fun working with it. Just also, if you're working with peroxide, wear gloves. Just an advice for people out there. I mean, I obviously was wearing gloves because I know that peroxide is pretty noxious, but strong peroxide can actually like cause severe damage to your skin. It's basically like strong bleach kind of thing, so definitely be careful. You can restore the shine too, you know. I know. I mean, you mean like sandblasting? I mean, I could always send it to a buddy out there to sandblast, but I haven't. I don't need to bother. I actually don't need to restore shine. I actually don't care so much about restoring shine or restoring the top texture as much. I actually really don't mind too much. Embrace the shine. Just wash the keycaps and then embrace the shine. It's fine. HKB version is amazing. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Oh yeah, CRP. Yeah. Any new miniature figurines lately? So I actually am anxiously waiting for a package, Mr. Jeff Leopard. I have a rather big trade coming in. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see it at some point, but so I'm excited for that. I'm waiting for that to come in. Other than that, raffles lately. I won an art key. And then I haven't really entered much. I entered the Ritual Master Magnet sale and I did not win that. And I never win their sales anyway, but I did not win that one anyway. I mean, I mean, if you were here last stream, what I have in the boxes is what I have, like, with me. So, what you see there is pretty much what I've gotten in recent times. Gave up on art key forever, turned off notification, left server. That's perfect. That's totally fine. Giving up on it is fine. I personally think that the pickier you are with your tastes and with your preferences, the better. I honestly think that you should not be wasting your time and money on something that you're not invested in. So, good job. I applaud that. I totally commend you on that, because honestly, might as well dedicate yourself to stuff you really like, you know? Why chase? Why chase? That's how you learn what you like, you know? It's just... It's good. It's good. Alright, we're done putting in all the switches, I think. And... I need to retrobite my AK2 spacebar. So, yeah, CG, if you have a sous vide at home, or if you have anything that could maintain temperature at a constant, I mean, like maintain like water temperature or something, like, you know, hot at a constant temperature, like a water bath, pretty much. You could do that and put the spacebar in a bag, in a plastic bag, and put some hydrogen peroxide in there. And that for, I've been doing my sous vide runs for, I've been doing 3.5 to 4 hours at 55 degrees Celsius. It's normally what it took for a decently yellowed set to come back to decently like stock. Like not quite like completely stock, but close enough. Like to the point where I was like, okay, I can probably just take it out and, you know, use it. But it definitely makes a significant difference. I'll actually show you guys right now. So this is a set that I retrobrited. Doesn't retrobrite make the plastics more brittle? Yeah. But I mean, am I subjecting them to that much stress? You know what I mean? Like, am I actually subjecting these keycaps to that much stress that they're just gonna break? Probably not. So, yeah, it's true. I mean, retrobriting is essentially stripping away a layer on top of the plastic that has formed and, you know, has caused the yellowing, right? And you're just reverting that by stripping away part of the plastic, like, you know, all the texture on the plastic, and you recover the color for that reason. Like, you're causing it's basically a free radical reaction, right? If you know your chemistry, you probably understand, but let me show you some differences here. Like, it's pretty noticeable. Like, obviously you can see how yellow these keycaps are, but let me zoom in so you can actually see the difference. Okay. Okay, so this was what I started with. This was what I started with. And then I got this after 3.5 hours or so. Like, look at that. Look at that difference. It's still a little bit yellow compared to stock GMK. So I have some stock GMK right here, right? So let me maybe put stock GMK here and maybe shift this way. Oh, there we go. Okay, so some stock GMK. So this is actually no, that's not stock GMK technically. So I think this is like, I don't know, I think that might be OG still, but anyway, so I think this might be like close to stock GMK, you know, like very, very much OG, like original beige, but it's slightly yellower compared to this one, right? But this is perfectly fine for me. This is perfectly okay. Like, this is pretty much beige for me. Like, this is okay. But compared to this, look at that difference. Like, this was between here and here, we have 55 degrees Celsius. Pretty much you need a lot of peroxide. I used 12% hydrogen peroxide that I bought it on Amazon, I think, actually. And I just poured the whole thing into a plastic bag and submerge the caps. You pretty much take the air out of the bag by just, like, you know, pressing it out. And then close the Ziploc, put it in the water bath at 55 degrees Celsius, I believe. And then I ran that for 3 hours and then checked maybe, and then waited. And then I said, okay, maybe I'll do like 1 more hour or so. So I did about 3.5 hours for this set. I did a different batch for about 4 hours. And that one came out really nice too. So quite significant difference in these. But I kept these control keycaps on purpose just to show the comparison. And also so that when this starts yellowing again, I'll be able to see the difference again. So yeah. Juan, how are you, my friend? But yeah, that's what I've been doing the past couple of days. But the good thing is it's a set and forget thing. Like you put it into the bath, and then you forget about it. You just come back. You set a timer when the alarm rings. You just come back and take it out, and then don't forget, always wear gloves anytime you're checking that, because hydrogen peroxide is clear. You don't know where it's splattered. So if just in case you're touching the bag or anything like that, it's gonna dry up your hands like crazy if you touch it. Like actually, I mean, I obviously was wearing gloves the entire time, but just be careful anyway. And then it can cause pretty bad allergic reactions for some people. Like it can cause you like pretty severe itchiness and all that kind of stuff. It'll actually like turn your hands like white. It'll bleach them white for a bit, so it'll strip away like your skin. So like just be careful with that stuff. Definitely do not recommend messing around with peroxide without being careful. Yeah, but yeah, so not an active attention required. That's true for like once you set the sous vide, don't forget about it. The only thing is obviously you don't want to leave it for too long, because if you do, then you'll bleach the keycaps basically. So yeah. So hold up, let me stop the music for just a second. Okay. Okay, so the controls are a control. Alright. But yeah, I believe in the community, Wodan was the first person to sort of experiment with the sous vide, but I know that people on YouTube have been doing that too with Retrobriting stuff, because you can do... People have used like Salon, like peroxide solutions essentially, like for bleaching hair. Like hair products have a significant amount of peroxide and like active ingredients that are oxidants like that, and can form free radicals in with a catalyst. So let's see. Where did it go? Here it is. Okay. Was this board a private group buy? Pretty much. It was more like a prototype kind of thing. Yeah. I would really call it more like a prototype run. And then basically the project was canceled indefinitely because so Lynn, you guys know Lynn from LynnWorks, right? So Lynn basically asked kindly to not use the side profile design because it's pretty much inspired / very close to it. And bisoromi wanted to respect that, so the Porpoise project was stopped indefinitely. There will be a Dolphin 60 actually eventually on LynnWorks, so you should look forward to that. HKB, I hope. I suggested it, so we'll see. They agree that HKB is the most, it's the most attractive. Along with wing keyless, it's like the most attractive, like 60%, right? But I think Koreans love their wind keys, so. But again, custom enthusiast community, so it's, probably they'll probably respect it. We'll see. I kind of like planted that idea, and it's finally I mean, hopefully going to become a reality. So we'll see. I'm very much excited about that. All right. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Okay. So let me just check something. All right, so let's get on this. We have, I just do a box fan or something similar for just a few soldering jobs. Yeah, for sure. I just have this because, you know, I bought it a while ago and it's useful, so I don't need to get a new fan. But yeah, box fan works fine if your room is ventilated. Blockers look nice depending on the board's bezel proportions. I do agree with that, yeah. Alright, let's start the sponsor segment for now. So, talk about what group buys are currently available on the different vendors that sponsor this channel. First of all, we have Canon keys. And on Canon keys right now, we have DSA 1930. DSA 1930. We haven't seen DSA sets for a while, so there's that. So yeah, DSA 1930 is currently available for group buy. I think the Iki 68 Aurora might still be available. I actually would have to check to know that for sure. I think it was still listed on the website, so might have to double check though on that. There's still things in stock on Canon keys like PBT Honeywell Bold and as well as like Seal linear switches by Minterly, Lilac linears, Lube, among other things. So just check out Canon keys for that. There's also like obviously this particular PCB that we're using today is a Canon keys PCB. It's the NC 60% PCB, has a USB-C port and is programmable with GMK and VIA. So you can purchase that on Canon keys as well. Canon keys also does regular drops for their more budget-friendly line of keyboards such as the Brutal, the Savage, and the Wrecked, as well as the Obliterated 75. And so, yeah, just sign up for the newsletter if you're interested in their different drops. Obviously, they've done collaborations with Smith and Rune and like, you know, different other group buys like the Timo and like the Onyx and like the Andromeda and so on, right? So on and so forth. There's been quite a lot of group buys happen through Canon keys. So if you like their products and want to know more about all those collaborations, you should sign up for their newsletter. Alrighty. Okay. Next up, we have novel keys, I believe. Next up, we have Mint Autumn, but Mint Autumn currently is still working on fulfilling Rukia Round 2, so nothing new from Mint Autumn at the moment. But if you want to know more about their cases and their keyboard design work, they're also working on injection molding equipment to produce cases in polyethylene. You should check out mintautumn.com and read some of their website, as well as they also have a Discord server that you can join to ask questions and to participate in discussion. Next up, we actually have novel keys. On novel keys, we currently have GMK Striker 2, which you should consider. GMK Striker, very, very popular set, thanks to a very popular build that was done by Mr. Teha Types or Nathan Kim with GMK Striker Round 1 and the ever popular key cult boards. And this was for Tifu, so people jokingly call it GMK Tifu, but GMK Striker is actually a set that is inspired by the colors of the Japanese national football or soccer team. So it uses a very rich samurai blue and white for the legends. Comes in those two colors, and this time the hiragana legends are fixed, just like in Serika round 2. And we have a novelty being made by Mr. Salvin, which people have also said that it looks like a volleyball, but it's not. It's actually not. It's actually enrooted in the facts of history of football. So check out GMK Striker 2 and consider buying that. There's also hexagon blue dust pad with it on group buy as well. We also have GMK Color Chrome right now going on, which I personally am not quite interested personally, but it's an interesting set. It's basically black on white and white on black. So basically it's white on black modifiers, or rather colored modifiers on black, and then black on white alphas. So basically you can imagine it's similar to like Hagoromo Oblivion, let's say, but it uses a lot of stock colors. So if you have seen maybe like GMK Black Modi is kind of a similar idea to that. I think it's supposed to be inspired, like it's color chrome, so it's supposed to be inspired from the Kodachrome. But yeah, so there's that. It uses, I think it has all text modifiers, which personally I find that to be a bummer. I believe there is a white icon mod kit as well. So you have that option if you don't like all text mods. On novelties, you also have a bunch of in-stock products such as the Silk Milkshake switches, and there's some new desk pads, the Poly desk pads, I believe. I think there has been a restock of the Random Frame P desk pads, and a lot of other stuff. So just check out their switches and stabilizers and all the different inventory they have. You can get 5% off any in-stock item using the promo code Thunder. So go and check them out. Icon plus text, best indeed. I agree. Next up we have Omnitype. You can head on over to Omnitype. Currently we have GMK Nors on group buy, so if you're interested in runic legends from and you're interested in a darker theme set, GMK Nors might be for you. It just went live, so just go ahead and check it out. Today is also the last day for the Brushworks dust pad group buy, so if you're interested in a white and black sort of dust pad design inspired by artistic brushwork, East Asian brushwork, then you should check out the brushwork dust pad on omnitype.com/lightning. Okay. Sorry, just trying to focus here. Okay, some of these switches are not fully in, so now they are. Okay. Oh, this one's not fully in. Okay. Next up, we have Prime Keyboards. Head on over to primekb.com to check out GMK Inokuma. GMK Inokuma is currently on group buy. Features these custom legends and comes in a two-tone set. Pretty interesting set. So check that out until the middle of the month. We also have Crytox 205 Grade 0 now being sold on primekb.com/lightning. We also have alpaca linears and silent alpacas, as well as Durock stabilizers. There's a V1 as well as a V2, and the V2 also come in not just the smoky black with black wires, but also there's the alpaca themed Durock V2 stabilizers. So if you're into those colors, you can check those out as well. The Cobalt palm linears, I believe, are still in stock on Prime Keyboards on primekeyboard.com. And yeah, we have a lot of other miscellaneous items that you should probably check out for your keyboard building purposes, as well as like your switch modding and whatnot. Or if you own a Prime E, there's spare parts for that as well. Let's see. Crazy that alpacas don't sell out instantly fast anymore. remember camping my computer for a restock not all that long ago. Well, there's also the fact that not just are there so many different kinds of switches, there are also the restocks have also been getting larger, right? Like the orders have been getting larger and larger. What is the functional purpose of large desk mats? Aesthetics and mostly just covering a large surface on your desk. Like if you have a large desk, it covers that more. And personally, I kind of like it because it means I don't have to. It doesn't scratch up the wood of the wood top, so that's kind of nice. But I mean, personally, it's just I like them big. I like the desk mats big. Yeah. All right. Next up, you can head on over to projectkeyboard.com. On Project Keyboard right now, we have GMK Astro Lite. GMK Astro Lite is now live on projectkeyboard.com. Do check that out. It's actually, I believe it's a set by the same designer as GMK Vaporwave. Comes in a nice light purple sort of color. It actually looks really cute. I personally am like kind of torn on it myself, but I'm not sure if it's in the budget right now, but it looks pretty nice. It's a subtle set. I think it'll look pretty good when it ships and whatnot. But yeah, I think the color picks are pretty nice on that one. And it's currently live, I believe, until the end of the month. So check that out. And then I believe lavender switches might still be in stock in on Project Keyboard. So I think you can order some lavender switches there as well. I think I recently ordered some, so I know at least like up to last week they still had some. Yep. All right, next up we have Salvin.com. Head on over to Salvin. Don't forget to check out the page, the info page for Salvation, Wilbitech, and Salvin's new collaboration. Also on Salvin.com, we have the Wilbitech Graphite as well as the Wilbitech WeirdFlex 60% PCBs. If you're located in Europe, Salvin is a good go-to for these supplies. Salvin also does collaborations with a lot of very well-known keyboard designers and as well as key sets designers for different collaborations. And he is a wonderful machinist. He knows so much about his field, and personally I think he's one of the most pleasant people in the community, always willing to share information and teach others. He has a wonderful Instagram, instagram.com/Salvin, where he posts stories quite often about his daily ventures in machining, and he will talk a lot about what he's up to and like what he's doing and about the process and about the machine and whatnot. So I recommend checking that out as well. But yeah, if you're interested in Salvation, it's a 60% tray mount case, which features this new leaf spring mounting method. Basically, it's the tray posts have a lever, sort of like lever action that kind of works like a bouncy spring. That's the basic idea of it, is that basically it's like a bouncy tray mount. And so the idea is that you will be able to switch different components for it. You'll be able to use different PCBs and different plates. It'll come with a plate and PCB included with it, but the whole idea behind the keyboard is that you are able to experiment with it as you wish. I believe it will come at, was it $295? I think that was the price point for that. I believe that's right, but I'll double check. I'll double check for you. Yes, $295 US. It'll come in April. Unlimited pre-order from April 4th to May 5th. Novel keys for $295 on Salvin.com for 295 euro, including VAT. And then on Keyboard Treehouse, specific prices to be announced, but that's for those people who are in Australia, New Zealand, or even in Asia. Yeah, Salvation, pretty exciting. I am very excited about that project. I don't know yet if I will be building a prototype. I might. So more news on that later. But that's all I have about that. Shipping on desk mats always pretty high. They're quite heavy, yeah. They're like 2 pounds and some. So yeah, they're quite heavy to, quite expensive to ship for sure. Yeah. Alright, and finally we have spaceholdings.net space cables. On space cables we currently have GMK Nightshade, which is a pretty cool set actually. I actually like the colors on GMK Nightshade. Comes with OG style icon mods in basically 3-tone set, so it basically has similar to N9 modifiers and then like a light purple tone for the legends. Pretty cool set in my opinion. And then of course, just like with every month, we have a ton of different cable collaborations for pretty much any key set that you've been following this month. They probably have a collaboration still active. 2Z cables are still available, and this, of course, for today's Crytox XHT-BDZ usage, Space Cables was glad to sponsor some of that, and so you can purchase Crytox XHT-BDZ from spaceholdings.net, as well as they also have loop stations and their own desk pads. So go ahead and check those out. You can also purchase DIY parts for cables if you're interested in doing that. Alright, so looks like the soldering is complete. But I'm actually just gonna double check everything's okay. It looks okay, but alright, looks good to me. Let's test the PCB. Alright, open up VIA. I paid big money for a black clack cat. I'm not sure if you're talking about an artisan or something else, but cool. Alright, so it's detected. Test matrix. Alright, let me go back in chat to catch up though. I'll answer your questions in just a minute. Give me like a second to go back up. Oh, I1A. Good evening, how are you? NK87 Alu starts at 260, I heard. I missed the newsletter. Would be interesting to see how that goes. Oh, that's right. The NK87. So Novel Keys is going to release a aluminum TKL soon, called the NK87. Then let's see. I got the Colorchrome Rama Artisan in the case I ever get aboard with a multicolor weight similar to the Jane. Oh, that's a good choice actually. Yes. We talked about the desk pads. Breakfast Sammy, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. So kind of you. Thank you so much for the support. That's really, really nice of you. There's so many recolors now. Yeah. Do you say you had a promo code for Novel Keys? Yes, promo code Thunder. We also have a promo code for Keyspresso. So if you're located in Canada, you can head on over to keyspresso.ca, and we have a promo code Lightning KB. And you can also get 5% off, including group buys, by the way. So Keyspresso, check them out if you're interested in, I think, EVA 01 switches. OP Blacks already ran, so there was the OP Black round 2. And any other products that they have, 5% off. You can get them with Lightning KB as a promo code. Let's see, is there any lube services you would recommend? Yeah, sure. I can actually recommend Ali Builds. I think she's in California, and she does a pretty decent job of lubing switches from what I heard from different people, as well as I commissioned some myself, but they went out to somebody else, so I can't tell you exactly, but I heard they're really good. Ali Builds, I think her username is Deft Rocker on Reddit, but she does a pretty good lube job for switches. And then I'm not sure who else. Is Milk still active or is Pancake still active? They both do really good lube services as well. I just don't know who's currently active anymore. I haven't followed that particular part of the market. Let's see. Archetype, hello. Let's see, I'm on the fence for the RFP pad. Really have other interests like Clackcat pad. Just don't want to buy one, miss another. Oh, I see. I like big deskpads and I cannot lie. You other enthusiasts can't deny. When a keyboard comes by your desk with infinity vessels, you start lubing switches. Oh man. Good shit. Oh no, we already talked about that. Do you prefer the mounting style on something like the Ogre gasket or the Noxray Vulcan Pro? So I think I kind of found that the Ogre is a bit of a tight case. So while it is soft and comfortable, it's soft and comfortable to type on because the angle is also low on the Ogre. The angle is low, the front height's low, and overall the typing is softened a bit. Oops, I messed up with that. So like it's comfortable, but I think the gasket and the Vulcan might have a bit more bounce and a bit more room in the case to bounce, and so they might have felt a bit softer than the Ogre. But all of them are, it's like they're there. It's like about the same. It's like they're pretty good 60%, look very like clean, like they're like wedge style sort of side profile, and you know, typing angles is pretty good, and overall they all have a way to soften the typing bottoming out, and so they're all pretty nice, to be honest. Where do you get those nice wooden bowls? I got this from Muji. Good place for get in stock caps. GMK.today. Yeah, GMK.today is one place. I believe I found another website that actually gets let me get it from my references. Oh yeah, here it is. I found a website called thoughtstock.com that compiles stuff that's in stock out there, not just for keycaps, but also for like lube and other supplies and switches. So you can check out that one. They actually refresh the website automatically, so there's that. So you can check out that website too. I should probably put a command for it soon. Maybe I'll do !in stock and then post both of those links. I think those are pretty good links. GMK Today and Thoughtstock. Yeah. Let's see. Heard good things about Ash Keeps for lubing. Okay, Ash Keeps. Yeah, Ash Keeps. I see. It's your voice. I don't know what it is. Just soothing. Thank you. Keyspresso sells some nice stuff. Yeah, Hugo has been getting some neat products lately. I saw some like cute, like these cute like peach bags recently. I thought those look pretty cute. And that he's been running a lot of different switches and stuff. And so I like the stuff he's doing these days. Get a loop service done by Milk. Trying to find the person you said. Oh, I see. Screw-in stabs really better, or is it just a rumor? Screw-in stabs are, it's pretty much the same. The only difference about screen stabs is that when you pull keycaps up, the stabilizer itself won't come off from the PCB, but honestly, you have to be pretty careless to do that. It's actually not that easy to pop off the stab from the PCB. If you do, you probably mounted it incorrectly, the PCB mount stab, or the PCB mount holes are not good on the PCB. Or the stabs you're using might have been used before, so maybe the clips are not like expanding properly anymore. But yeah. K's pre-compressed too. Sounds great, but not that much flex. K has quite a bit of flex, in my opinion, but that's me. Let's see. Used to be quite true. Now there's decent plate mounts as long as you lube and mod nicely, I found. Though I will say I prefer screw-in. Foxdog is me. Oh, Scott Water, welcome. Yeah, it's an awesome website. I personally really like what you're doing, Scott. So, welcome, and also thank you for your wonderful contribution to the community. I think it's really nice for newcomers and people who just don't know where to find things. It's a good way to expose people to different shops too. So, I like it. I like the idea behind it and all the work that's gone into it. All right, so maybe my key doesn't flex since I have the foam. Oh yeah, maybe that's probably the case. Yeah. I use it without the foam, Wrath, and I like the K without the foam more than with. I mean, again, personal preference, but yeah. There's some nice in-stock sets out there here now. Yeah. There's some good stuff out there. I mean, there's a lot of EPBT, and there's quite a lot of variety these days. I personally think that people who say like, "Oh, I can never find anything," is not always true. Like, maybe there's more places to look, and there's also like sometimes it's not that bad to like buy EPBT or like other sets too, because there's stuff like that's like pretty decent quality. Like, I mean, I personally think that like Leopold PBT sets are like super nice, but it's unfortunate they only come in like the pre-built, like on the actual keyboards. And of course they're limited in layout, but the PBT quality is really good on those. Same with Vermillo. I think Vermillo does like pretty good PBT keycaps as well. But yeah. Diego, would it be chill if I picked out an artisan for this build? Yeah. Actually, don't I owe you one for this? If I recall. I think I owed you one, right? So yeah, you can. Okay, the fitment's kind of tight, or I think the plate tabs are not like perfectly lined up, so. Yeah, I think the plate tabs are not perfectly lined up on this case. So obviously there's some. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Ah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Just saw ski data from Happy Keys. Ski data. Well, so there's ski data is it's a set inspired from a original like a vintage board, I guess. Sort of. It's like semi-vintage. Ski data Plus is basically the GMK set that was run inspired from that. So, yeah. How do you set up commands in your stream? You can use, there's so many. There's like Nightbot, there's like Stream Elements. Pretty much any stream bot service has commands. So just look up for any Twitch like stream bots. Like, it's really easy. If you're gonna ask questions about that, I really suggest just Google it up. Like, it's actually super easy to find and to figure out how to use it. Just like look up YouTube videos too. Do you like the drop poly pandas? I've tried them, yeah, but I heard that people needed to wipe off the lube from them because they came in with like uneven, inconsistent amount of lube. I'd love to see a Buman on this build. Okay. I don't have too many Buman, but sure. Let's see. Very interesting geek arc. I need to get me a set. I actually haven't. Yeah, I have not seen geek art sets in person either. But I've seen that they're pretty, price-wise, they're pretty competitive too. They're supposed to be cherry profile too. If you have a unicorn, you can try unicorn O-ring on the K. I prefer that on my K. Oh, cool. Also, the unicorn O-ring is, you can purchase it online very easily. Like O-rings are easily purchasable online, so you can go to the Singa Discord and they have pins with links to the O-ring that's being used on there. So if you have a K, you can always purchase more O-rings as well. Leopold has some sets on MK website. Oh, cool. I have a website. I have a MK creator code, mk.com creator code. Yeah. It's down in the panels below. Let's see. Excuse me. You had added accent kits, the plus. Yeah, just look up GMK Ski Data Plus and you'll figure that out. Private GB, some group buys are private? Yeah. Group buys can be private. Like basically run between friends and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, there's private group buys. What are your thoughts on GMK Cafe? GMK Cafe turned out pretty good. From what I thought was gonna be from renders, but I still think it's a bit dark. So right now I have like studio lighting on in my room, which makes things appear better. Because there's a lot more light, but on a normal, like my normal room light would be, it would look too dark, and so it would probably look like white on black, black on white. Yeah. All right, so let's decide on what key set we want to put on this, shall we? What key set shall we have on this? So I have a few options, but you can choose. Let me get the options up. Okay, I'm just gonna put a bunch of lists, a huge list of sets up, but I actually don't think I have everything available, so just if you say something and I don't mention it, it's because it's not available anymore. Just so you know. Oh, and we were not doing Handerbite today. Handerbite's banned today because it's actually on a different keyboard. I don't want to take it off. So, no Handerbite today, by the way. Sorry to those who wanted to redeem that. Alright, sets are up. I think, yeah. Rainbow Palm? Oh, Rainbow Palm. Well, I don't think I have the compatibility for Rainbow Palm. Rainbow Palm would be cool actually, Jeff. But I don't have I don't have 1.5U compatibility. I can't see polls. Oh, it's not a poll. It's on the screen right here. It's on the screen. It's on the screen. There's no poll right now. Poll isn't up yet. It's just a little window here on the screen. Keyboard Co. I think it's such an underrated set. I love Keyboard Co. though. Don't think Rainbow Palm has 1.5. Yeah, I don't think so. Good night, Little Bonaparte. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm sorry you didn't get to the typing test. Here's a closer look. Okay, so let's see. Let's so what are your suggestions, by the way? Beige. So beige is one. ASCII or Carbon. Choose one. You guys want to see Keyboard Co on this keyboard? Okay. Well, Druas did the thing, so I'll respect it. But that's an interesting choice to see Keyboard Co on this particular keyboard color. That's a very dramatic choice. Because Keyboard Co is this sort of black and Tiffany teal. I'm curious too. Yeah. All right. Let me get Keyboard Co. It might look like shit, but I like to see it. Haven't seen it in a while. Yeah, for sure. That's fair. We like the stock. We like the points. We like the channel points. Yeah, so this is Keyboard Co. It has gray legends on Tiffany teal alphas. And the base, I think, is black on the mods. And Tiffany teal legends. Look at, it's a very interesting set. Obviously, the lighting in this room is very bright. But it's a very subtle set, actually. Like, you can actually see the legends if you're in person. In person, this set actually looks pretty good. It actually looks really nice on black keyboards, actually. I say actually too much. But yeah, it's a cool set. It's an interesting set. It really is well matched to the original inspiration that this is from. I think they're matched to some dunks, right? I believe that was the case. I think he had matched it to some dunks. Feels like that might look good on the mint color Kara. Yeah, the Nike SB Dunks 6 Diamond Co. Yep. Feels like it's been ages since I heard Dunks. Yeah, right? I kind of feel like that too. It's like, do people even get Dunks now? Think I might lose switches myself. Shouldn't be too hard? No, it's not that hard. Nathan put a lube guide up recently, like a lube video, if you want to look that up. I mean, there's a lot of people who have been doing lube guides and stuff, so quite a lot of resources out there for you to check out. It shouldn't be, it really shouldn't be that hard. It's just time consuming though, just so you know. What's your name? Sean. It's just time consuming process to lube switches. Wait. Does this keyboard? I mean, does this keyset not have bars? I don't see any. Maybe it's in a different bag, but I don't have them here, so we'll just use scoops for now. But maybe they don't have bars. I actually don't know. But at least in this case, right now I don't have any bars. Might be old enough that there was no bars for the keyset. Not having bars is so cruel. Whatever. Whatever. Personally, I don't mind it. This set has grown on me quite a bit since I saw it for the first time. Oh yeah, for sure. So I actually thought I was not gonna like it at all when I first saw it too, and I was like, huh. And then I saw it on like in a few pictures, and I was like, wait a second, that's pretty cool. Like, such a unique color for a key set. And so I got it, and then I put it on. I think, when did I put it on? I put it on a black keyboard, and it looked so good. I was like, I'm sold on this. I'm so sold on this. Oh. Used it for a while, actually. This set. I think some of my alphas are a bit more shined up than others, but yeah. Gray. Do we want a gray accent, or do we want the regular black? I think the black might look better, but it's because the contrast is much stronger. Black, gray, okay. Drew has did the thing, so I'm just respecting that for him. All right, so Sean, you're still here, right? Love your shirt. Thank you. Contrast makes this look like a silver board now. It actually kind of does, yeah. Also, the lighting is really bright in my room. I'm actually turning off. Does this help? This might help a bit. But yeah. Actually, let me see. I darkened the room a little bit. But yeah. I mean, alright, what artisan? That's right. So, some of these flipped over. Shit. So there's some here, and my other part of the collection is here. So let me show you what I have. But if you want albumin, I have 2 here, and then I have 3 here, and then I have 3 more over there. Okay, hold up. All right, Sean. I owe you one, so you don't have to pay points. Damn it. Well, you see the color of the key set, so you can choose based on that. Can you make it a little brighter? Oh, yeah, sure. Gray with some pink. This is very gray. That's just gray. Oh, this is kind of a gray and pink, actually. That's gray and pink over here. That's gray and pink over here. Gray and pink. Nice clack, thanks. He's deciding. Oh, this one's cool too. The commando. So the choice goes to Mr. Sean because I owe him. He redeemed points this one time, and it was like a IOU kind of thing. Well, we're waiting. The drips and the glob? Yeah, the drips and the glob are very good too. The Tokipi? Tokipi is a good match for sure. So if you do the Tokipi, it's gonna look like this. Actually, it's a pretty damn good match on this because the gray is the same accent color. Are you guys getting decision paralysis? I like it a lot. Alright, we'll run this for now. Not bongo towards the middle though. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, that one's good too. All right. Maybe we'll. So this is what the board looks like, basically. No. Sorry about the shaking. That's my C stand a bit. All right. You no longer owe me one. That's true. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This would look killer if the case was black or white. I think the black. A+ on a black case. Keyboard Co on a black case is so good. So good, so good. Alright, I'm gonna zoom it out a little. Maybe there, and then let me see if the mic can reach. look. Ooh, black porpoise would be great though. Let's see. Okay. So I know you guys can't hear me, or maybe you can, but it's very, very soft probably. Let me open the typing test. Alright, there we go. We hear you loud and clear? Oh, okay. Cool. Alright. So this is MX Blacks on aluminum plate. Yeah. So the other mic went to get replaced. That's why it's not here. What's the name of the on-screen keyboard? This is Porpoise, Porpoise, exclamation build for that, and then exclamation keyboard on this one. That's the Mira. Yes, this is an SM57. Yes. All right. The set probably goes for like, I'm actually not sure these days. It used to go for like $170, $180 for quite a long time. But nowadays, I don't know. It probably is rare-ish. Alright, let's try this. Is that the mic at all? Let me see. No, I don't think so. It's probably the switches, actually. The switches are pretty semi-lightly lubed. So that's probably what it is. But let me type on it, actually, without the earphones. So I can listen to it. But that's what the keyboard sounds like. Let me try it one more time. Alright. Let's listen to the mods. So that's what it sounds like. What do y'all think? You probably own Dollinger. I actually don't own a Dollinger. I actually did not get a Dollinger because I don't use 65% as much. And also because I didn't have the money to spend anyway. But yeah, I actually do not have a Dollinger. It's not like it would be free either, so. Not all stuffy and muted, I like. Yeah, I actually do like the way it sounds. Like, so actually take this off. I really like how the spacebar sounds, first of all. The mods sound great on this right now. It's like not muted, not too clacky in my opinion. And it's like not hollow sounding. Very nice. The mods sound great in my opinion. Specifically the longer ones like enter, backspace, shift, spacebar sound great. I think for y'all it might actually sound a bit more high pitched because we are using Cherry Mix Blacks that have been used for quite a while. Actually, I've had these MX Blacks for many years. These are looped with Tribosys 3204. I mean, which I looped maybe like 2 years ago, longer. I actually don't know. I looped them quite early on when when Tribosys 3204 first came out. I think I might have looped these switches around then. So it's been a while since I looped these switches. So it's, yeah, I haven't relooped these switches since then. So these have been around for quite some time. Probably might sound a bit clacky because, you know, it's not freshly lubed or anything like that. I actually like the sound of this, like, kind of like more clackier sound. So that's just my own preference on that. Whoopsie. All right. So to answer some questions, so he made this board with a similar name and look as Dolphin on purpose. If that's a pun, yes. Also, yes. He did. Bisoromi made this board with the intention to look close to the Dolphin, and of course, the name is a play on that name in particular. And the reason this board will never run as a group buy is because he had permission. He had permission. I mean, he did this, and then Lin asked him to kindly, you know, not make like a production of it, and Bisoromi respected Lin's wishes, to not use the side profile design that he had used as inspiration for the design of this board. So that's why. So that's why this keyboard will not go on group buy or anything like that. That has been canceled indefinitely. Does not show keycaps, no, but the keycaps are GMK Keyboard Co. It's a set that was released back in like 2017. It's been a while now, and I don't think it's gonna be rerun for a while because I don't think Switchnally is really intending on rerunning this or anything like that. Let's see. So that answers that question. Honestly, love me some PVT. Didn't like ABS much at first, but it's grown on me. Well made sets anyway. True. I like the sound of ABS. It's just that these sound a bit high pitched. Yeah, I think it's definitely the combination of the keyboard and the switches and the keycaps. It's all together. Wish for a world where clack and thock can exist together in harmony. Well, they kind of already do. Clack in Cherry MX, thock in Topre. That's all you need to know. Do you like the ARP 1.75 right shift? Yes. This is the only way I can do 60%. Like 60%, I need this right shift split if possible. It's like the most comfortable way for me to use the function layer. So what switches do you think I should rock in this series? Whatever you haven't tried, personally. I actually would do something that you haven't tried so that you can get exposed to something completely different. R2 for this set, that would be interesting. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah. All right. Shall we take a closer look at this board? All right. Would it even hit MOQ these days? You mean Keyboard Co? I think so. Yeah. If that Tiffany and Co inspired key set. What was that called? GMK. What was it called? GMK Diamond? I don't even know what it was called. It was like a teal, all teal set. Whatever that was. If that one hit MOQ, this one should be able to hit MOQ. It's based on dunks of all things. There's so many hypebeasts out there. They're gonna love this thing. Finer things. Yes, finer things. Yeah, if finer things hit MOQ, this is gonna hit MOQ. Come on, man. Appeals all to all those hypebeasts out there, yeah? You know, classic dunks. Just gotta play it right. You gotta use that keycap lore to your advantage. So a bit bright, I think. Alright. So that's what the key set actually looks like IRL. Pretty close to that. These look 20 times better than the finer things easily. I personally think this looks way better than finer things. I think the gray is so subtle and so nice. In person, it's even nicer. The gray legends on the alphas, they actually don't look as washed out as it does on camera, but you can actually see the legends and it looks great in my opinion. It's a very unique set though. This particular one. Yeah. Here is the side profile. Look at that side profile. I really like how the Porpoise did this. I think it's pretty sweet. There's the back, nice and tight USB port because I think it was done with the ANSI footprint in mind. So, and obviously there's our little back weight with the Dolphin. I think the brass weight is pretty cool. Actually, I'm curious. I kind of want to open up the case and do you guys want to look at the weight? Actually, should we look at the weight on the inside? Looks pretty cool. That's the front. I like this. I like this taper here. Yeah, let's open her up. All right, let's open her up. Last thing I'm doing today probably. But yeah. Oop. What's the last set that didn't hit MOQ? I don't even know. Honestly, you know what, Raph? You know what set I wish Ken didn't hit MOQ? That personally I found, like, it was like, oh my god, I can't believe it was GMK Deku. I'm sorry to the designer of that set, but I really didn't like how that looked. Really didn't like how that looked. But, you know, that's my opinion. It's just an opinion. So, wait, did I take off all the screws? Yeah. Weaves are dedicated? For sure. For sure. I like anime, and even I didn't like... I mean, I like anime for sure. You guys know I'm a freaking weeb, but yeah, I didn't like I did not like that set. Just because I like anime doesn't mean I have to like every key set that's based on anime. Like, what the hell? I treat anime like they're just regular TV shows. Like, yeah, if it's thematic and it looks good, sure. Like, I think GMK Alter was done pretty nicely, or like GMK Frostwitch was pretty nice too. So there it is. There's the weight. So it's a single piece, actually. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. Oh, look how the outside actually has tarnished slightly. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It's like layered. That's cool. That's sick. So outside it's like flat, right? You can see and then inside you can see how it's done. Pretty cool, because obviously this is sitting on an incline, so you need to take that into account so that it's flush at the bottom, right? So it has to have a different thickness as you go up here, up towards the upper fin here. Really cool. And the brass weight just up close. Wish Dolphin can add that. I don't think that'll happen, but yeah. The machining on the bottom case, yeah, very nice. Pretty well done. Most anime theme sets that have come out recently were from shows I don't identify with, but I did get GMK Evo 1. Do love me some, yeah. Probably would have thought the set was ugly if that show hadn't been a favorite of mine since in high school, I see. Yeah, I mean, I love Neon Genesis and all that, but that set didn't appeal to me because of the modifiers and some other choices that were made. I personally didn't like the set, but that was just me. Yeah. Alright. Same playlist, let's go, buddy. Go anywhere, hear the same playlist, you know you're at a keyboard stream. You know, this is the world open to us by the prophet Teha types. Prage be. I wonder how much this board would cost if it did get made. Probably, yeah, like $450. Yeah, I think that sounds kind of right. Also, by the way, about the playlist, I actually made it. Like, as in, like, I actually chose all the songs by like going through the whole like catalog and choosing songs that I enjoyed. But yeah, there's going to be a lot that are similar because actually the selection is actually not as huge as you think. There's quite a lot, but I actually don't like any vocals. First of all, I didn't want any vocals because it's distracting. And then I like wanted to I was like thinking of maybe doing like lo-fi or like something like that, but I also thought it was too boring. It would like make me fall asleep. And then I was looking to like, I don't know, there's like bossa nova and that kind of stuff, but there actually was not much in the Epidemic Sound catalog, so I ended up choosing like this basically. I feel like jazz. Every time I listen to jazz, I only think of keyboard streams. That's the way. This is the way. This is perfect. It's perfect. You know, just condition everyone to feel that way. Now, it's excellent. Now people will enjoy jazz because they'll be like, look, I listen to jazz because keyboards inspired me to. Listen to this damn playlist for nearly 3 years watching Nathan. I know. And then watching me. You gotta love it. I know. Anyway, so that's the board. Pretty sick. This set is interesting on this pink, but beige would look good on this too. I think beige would look great on this. Hold up, is this a playlist on Spotify? No. Well, no. So Epidemic Sound does allow you to download like stems or like the songs, but technically you have to have the license. So like if I play this and I didn't have a license, I would get struck down. So yeah. I pay for a license, so yeah. But yeah, you like technically you can access the library, but it's not free to use, so to speak. CRP JP Pink. Oh, that would look good. Yeah, that would look great on this. Hey, someone else, what's up? How's the path to partner going? I can't apply right now because I need to stream more. I haven't streamed. You need to stream like 12 times a month to apply, basically. And last time I applied, I had streamed 11 times and they rejected me, and that was the third time I had applied. So I kind of got discouraged. Slash, I actually got busy after that, so I haven't had the time to stream that much. Streaming 3 times a week is a lot, by the way. So yeah. This is some feel-good music. That's right, feel-good. Nathan has used jazz in his first stream. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he has. He has used. I actually don't. No, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was on his first stream too. So, yeah, I think he did. I remember him. Feel-good music. August for 2018. Boy, look at that. Oh. Well, back then when I was in chat, I was Meowgo11, first of all. I was not even Lightning Keyboards back then. Lightning Keyboards was just a figment of my imagination. Not even. When he started his rebrand, he started to go towards jazz. Yeah, I think that's true actually. He like really like went down on it when he decided to like make his logo, and like he got his like Zeal sponsorship and a few other things. Yeah. Meowgo, fuck. It's been a while though. Back then I was under another name. It was Moist Nachos. That was a great name. What happened? What happened to that awesome name? But that actually sounds nasty. Who likes Moist Nachos? Oh. Ew. Like actually, ew. So bad. You get streamers every time I follow, for sure. That's a good one. Best thing is when a crunchy tortilla chip is a bit moist with queso. Oh, okay. That's a very different story though. Like it was crunchy and then it became slightly moist because of the queso. Oh, so good. But soggy nachos, like completely soggy. Ugh. Gross. Alright. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. Oh gosh. This is why I enjoy streaming, because I meet people like you guys and it's hilarious, honestly. It's a different kind of interaction that you also don't get IRL too. So IRL, I'm sure it would be much different. I mean, I've met a lot of people that I've met in the keyboard community, like in real life, through meetups and stuff, and it's a very different kind of hangout, but it's still fun. We still nerd out about keyboards and all that, but it's like just a different kind of fun. Let's see who we have online. We have Chubbies, Alex. We have is Beastrolls still looping switches? I actually don't know if he did, but anyway, he's live. Basic is live. Okay, we have a few people we can raid if you want to. Chubes is online? Yeah, Chubes is. Do you want to go check out Chubes? He's playing Tetris right now, though. If you want to see him play Tetris, the man is mad on Tetris. He's so good. He's actually so good at Tetris. I also hope that this hobby still exists when I'm y'all's age. I'm sure it'll be fine. When the new wave becomes the old wave? True. Yeah, it'll keep growing. This hobby is bound to grow. There's no chance of it going down, really. Not anytime soon, anyway. I think the novelty of custom mechanical keyboards is huge still, and like every time you tell someone, it's like, what? You can do that? You can lube your switches? That's kind of weird, but that's cool. Yeah. The novelty is there. Happy Saturday, indeed. Happy Saturday. Is this a new board? Never seen it. This is like a private board, kind of. It's like a prototype almost. It's called the Porpoise. It was made by Bisoromi, the same person who did the K and the KFE, for example. He's done a few other things like the Wrist Breaker. There's a lot of other stuff. You can check out his Discord, but he's done a lot of different boards. Stuff that he's done on his personal project. This is kind of like a personal project. There's a few of his friends who own this board too, but there's extremely few of them. It was never run as a public thing, and there is no plans to run it as a public thing because it actually is a design that's inspired or borrowed pretty much from another person's design, and they kindly, asked him to not produce this as a public buy kind of thing, and he respects those wishes. So that's why this has no plans to be a public group buy or anything like that. Oh damn, you've been following me for almost 2 years basically. Ooh. Next step is forward is opticals. I kind of don't like the idea of opticals because it means you're gonna hollow out the switch. Wouldn't you have more room in that switch that's gonna sound like bad? Even if it's smooth. I actually don't care for optical switches as much. I actually don't even think I think I would actually have a mechanical, like a mechanism, like a physical mechanism, than optical that I'm into optics because I'm in the field of imaging. I could see it being very reliable, but at the same time, very big hassle to deal with at a more electronics level. Yeah. It's like detectors and stuff. Blech. Anyway. Isn't an actual 60% Dolphin buy coming too? Yes, so an actual 60% Dolphin buy is coming too because I managed to plant a seed and inject this idea, and they were like, you know what, Lightning? Let's do it. I was like, what? Let's do it? Yeah. And so that's kind of how it happened. I actually was jokingly saying it. I was like, oh, it would be great if we had something like the Dolphin in a 60% layout. And they're like, okay. Poggers. So here we are, waiting for that to happen. It'll be a while until it happens. It has to be after the Whale 75 is probably closer to being done because they really have a lot of orders for that, and also they're busy with like their lives too. The Linworks people, the team of Linworks, they're like older people too, and so they have busy lives, like families to take care of and all that. So yeah, it's not their full-time thing. So I'm sure that it'll be a little bit until we have new projects in the horizon. Yeah, at least for now. How many people are in Linworks? Mainly 3. It's Kevin, Lim, Lin, the designer. So Lin is the main person he's a designer. He's the person who does all the CAD and all that. Kevin handles all the logistics, especially any English speaking stuff, and then Stepstone does a lot of like back end work. But he's also like they're all 3 are like started as collectors and then did design. Lin was the only person who did design formally, and then the other 2 are basically managers or management people. Yeah. So if you ask Kevin like technical questions, he'll almost always refer you to Lin. But since he's the one who speaks English best in the team, he'll like correspond back and forth with Lin. So yeah. Will you buy it out if it doesn't meet a MoQ? I'll ask a lot of friends to contribute. Yeah. I'll make sure it happens. Yeah. Plant seeds for Alice. Alice wouldn't happen. It would probably be if there was an Ergo, it would have to be the EM7. The EM7 would have to be the next thing, like a rerun or like a redesign of the EM7. Just in case you guys don't know, the EM7 is the board that inspired the Alice. So in a way, it would kind of be, it would be kind of weird if they just ditch the EM7 completely. But I also think they are actually trying to go in a new direction. So like the Whale 75 in a way is like their way of like keeping up with the trends of the community. But they're still trying to like keep a good bit of the OG custom vibe sort of thing that they have had, like the design language that Lin has had over the years. But Lin has expressed like interest in going in new directions, and so that's why That's why we have a lot of new projects kind of like coming up. But again, it's a work in progress, and it's probably gonna be like at least the next couple of years to sort of like really see that develop. They're sort of just getting started with these bigger buys and figuring out the community, especially the international community. Like, they've always struggled with that, and it's very clear that people have pretty high standards relative to what they thought it was. Like, you know, it's like people getting Lin whales, and they didn't realize, for at least for the first part, like, they were like, it's like people actually have like such high standards for anodizing and machining and all this kind of stuff. Obviously in the Western community that's different because we have such high exposure to so many different boards. But I don't think that the Linworks team has always been on top of that. So I think I could see where that disconnect was, and so I think for a bit they might have struggled a bit reconciling, like, in the difference in perspective about like quality control and like what kind of features people want to see in their boards. But personally, I'm pretty excited for them. I think they are really honest and hardworking people. So I honestly am just like rooting for them. I'm a fan too, you know. So I'm just volunteering my time. That's really what it is. Or like my help rather. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for today. That's all I got. Let's go raid Chubby's if he's still doing stuff. Actually, let me just go check his stream to see if he's about to stop or anything like that. But if he is about to stop, then maybe we shouldn't. But let me just see how long he's been streaming. He's been on it for 3 hours, but I think he's still going hard. So let's go. Wait, we're gonna hug JD again right now? Okay. We can raid Chubbies while we do this. So okay, JD can't type that accurately, so I guess I'll just do it myself. Raid Chubbies. Oh wait, oops. That's not. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be /raid. My bad. /raid Chubbies. All right, there you go. All right, good night, friends. It was nice seeing you all. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah. Good night, good night. Good night. He says good night too. Good night. Alright. Sounds good, friends. Take care. Next time you'll probably see one of those boards that I showed earlier today, when the ones that you didn't choose today. But yeah. So that's probably for next time. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming in. So, you know, we'll gradually make it through all of those. But if anything, join my Discord, !Discord, my socials. Check me out on Instagram and YouTube, etc. I'm also on Twitter, though I'm not too active, but, you know, check me out there. Yeah, that's all I got for tonight. Sounds good, friends. Take care and have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.